Before we start the conference, I request our dignitaries, our Chief Guest, Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Shri Naveen Patnaik, and the guest of honors, Shri Pratap Keshri Dev, Honorable Minister of State Independent, Shri U.N. Behera, Additional Chief Secretary Finance, Government of Odisha, Dr. Omkar Rai, Director General STPI, Government of Odisha, Program Chair, Shri M.S. Padi, Commissioner cum Secretary IT, Government of Odisha, and Dr. Ravi Gupta, CEO, Ilex Technomedia, to kindly light the lamp and inaugurate the occasion formally. Can we have a huge round of applause for all the dignitaries? Well, all the dignitaries and the chief guest are requested, felicitated by flower bouquets. At the starting of the conference, we have the welcome address by Shri M.S. Padi, IAS Program Chair and the man who conceptualized e-Odisha along with Ilex Technomedia. Can we have a round of applause for Shri M.S. Padi?
Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Shri Naveen Patnaik, Honorable Minister, IT, ETT, Food and Civil Supplies, Shri Pratap Keshri Dev, respected DG STPI, Shri Omkar Rai, respected Chief of Ilex, Shri Ravi Gupta, all the invited guests, delegates from the departments and the districts, invitees from the print and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me a great pleasure to be standing before you on the eve of the second e-Odisha Summit. On the behalf of IT Department, Government of Odisha, OCAC and Ilex Technomedia, I take this opportunity to welcome you, welcome Honorable CM, Honorable IT Minister, dignitaries on the dais, dignitaries off the dais, all delegates, all invitees to this second e-Odisha Summit. The past 1 year has been very significant for the IT department in the state. One of the major achievements has been the rollout of the 6 services under the e-district project in over 270,000 out of 317 across 13 districts in the state. Odisha is the only state in the country where these services are available on end-to-end basis, meaning a citizen doesn't have to go to a Tahsil office to get his or her caste certificate or any of the 6 certificates anymore. He or she can apply from his home if he or she has an internet connection, or from an internet kiosk, cyber cafe or common service center, Jan Sabha Kendra, and get the information through SMS as to when the certificate gets made. And he or she can download it with a password which is sent by SMS. This is what the e-governance can do by eliminating the physical interaction of the citizen with the government. And this has a big role in eliminating corruption, malpractices altogether. There are several principles which are incorporated in this e-governance initiative, like fast in, fast out. Like if somebody applies fast, his or her application has to be processed fast until if you cannot go to the next one. What is worth noting is that 2 pilot districts of Ganjam and Mayurbhanj, now no manual certificates are being issued for past 1 year or more. and more than 5 lakh certificates have been issued in these two districts. And now, among the rollout districts, quite a few districts have already given instruction and no manual certificate are being issued, as all the services have gone online. The E in the e-governance is quite small compared to the governance. So it is the government processes that we need to focus when we think of a plan or a project for bringing e-governance in our day-to-day working. The E is the technology part. It is really very small and often easiest to achieve. It is the government process re-engineering that is removing the redundant steps and thereby losing or removing the discussions and the change management that hold key to success of any project. With the conception of NEGP in 2006 by Government of India, the e-governance has taken off in the country. Odisha has not lagged behind. Several of our projects have already bagged national awards. Now, time has come to integrate all our efforts so that everybody doesn't struggle with the basic issues while designing a project. We need to have fixed metadata like spellings of district, blocks, tehsils and villages. They should be same across all departments. We need to break the departmental silos of databases that we have so that government benefits go to the targeted one. It is not that somebody who has a motor car is also benefiting from a BPL card. So while Aadhaar aims to achieve that, slow enrollment and generation of Aadhaar numbers means that we have to wait for some time to leverage this wonderful unique number data. We are going to have the state resident data hub, the SRTH in our state very shortly, so that we use the Aadhaar data in various e-governance applications as soon as the SRTH is functional. There are practically no limits in the horizon of e-governance. We can leverage the information technology and the communication technology to work smarter, to be more efficient, and to provide effective services to the citizens. Our summit's underlying theme is towards citizen-centric service delivery. If all the participants can carry this message from this summit, then the objective of this summit would be met. Today the issue is of transactions. How many transactions we are actually doing on the net or through the e-governance project? That is more important. We cannot have part manual and part e so that it becomes the part manual will stop the actual the entire process and delay the entire process. Once again, I welcome all of you to the summit for meaningful interaction and experience sharing. Thank you for a present hearing. Jai Hind and Jai Hind.
Thank you, Shri M.S. Padi, for giving us a clear picture about e-governance. Next, we have an address by Dr. Omkar Rai, Director General, STPI, Government of Odisha. STPI, ladies and gentlemen, helped in increase of software exports of Odisha. Can we have a round of applause for this next speaker, Dr. Omkar Rai?
Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Sri Naveen Patnaik ji, Honorable Minister for Odisha for Department of IT, Public Distribution, Technical Education, Sri P.K. Dev ji, Sri M.S. Padi, Secretary IT, Government of Odisha, Sri Ravi Kant, CEO, elects, participants from IT and electronics industry, ladies and gentlemen. It's my proud privilege to be part of this e-Odisha 2014, which is the second version of this initiative taken by the state government. STPI has been partnering with Government of Odisha since 1989, and most of us know that when STPI opened 4 centers across the country, along with Bangalore and Pune, Bhubaneswar was also one of them. Since then, the Government of Odisha and STPI is jointly working for the promotion of ICT industry in the state. And so far, apart from Apart from Bhubaneswar and Rourkela, two more centers have been opened in the state of Odisha. One at Behrampur and another we are going to open at Balasore. Very soon we are going to lay the stone, and Honorable Union Minister for Communication and IT has kindly agreed to lay the stone, and we are going to request Honorable CM of Odisha also to join the function. These centers are being established with the support of Odisha, and for Balasore, the state agency IDCO has been made the implementing agency, and I am sure that this facility will also come up within 2 years' time from now. The IT is at the center stage of the economy across the country. And when we talk about e-Odisha, we talk about the delivery of services to the citizens through electronic means. At the same time, these kind of delivery of the services to the citizens would also require a lot of technology and applications. We at STPI look at this as an opportunity for development of entrepreneurship in the field of ICT. Because on one hand, we have to deliver the services to the citizens. Other hand, we have to see how we can seize this opportunity and promote the development of softwares that create the entrepreneurship and employment within the state. So both the things like the e-governance and the ICT as an industry should go hand in hand. In India today, the software export from the country is about $76 billion, and the entire total revenue from the ICT sector is $108 billion. We are growing at the 10% of growth rate year on year. Every year we are adding 2 lakhs graduates in the ICT sector as workforce, and so far we have employed 3 million technical graduates in this sector. So it's the largest urban employer. And therefore, for last 2 decades, industry has matured, it has moved up the value chain, and now the stage is set. We are at the stage where we can venture into the development of indigenous products, so that the lot of money and wealth that is going out from the country in terms of the royalties, that can be saved and can be put to good use for the development of this country and also for the creation of the jobs. The government of India in year 2012 has come up with triad of policies: the national policy of electronics, national policy on information technology, and national policy on telecom. All these 3 policies are talking about the creation of job within this country, the creation of patents, creation of product within this country. These policies are talking about how do we create the culture of innovation across the country. These policies are also talking about how do we offset the pressure that is coming in terms of the cost arbitrage, because the tier 1 cities of this country are becoming less competitive in terms of cost. And therefore, the solution lies in migrating the industry from tier 1 to tier 2 cities, tier 2 locations. And therefore, the destinations like Odisha are very ideal destinations. I am very glad to inform that in the Odisha, the industry, ICT industry is growing at the rate of 20%, whereas the national average is 10%. The Odisha is one of the 4 most preferred ICT destinations in the terms of tier 2 in this country. And just soldier to, when in the same league with Kerala, Odisha is in the same league with the Kerala, Tri-City of Chandigarh and Coimbatore. And therefore, I am sure that with the kind of policies that are being unveiled today and the kind of infrastructure that are already created and are going to be created with the support of Odisha, we will be able to support the startup industry in this state, and also will be able to create enough infrastructure and enough resources to support the larger IT industry in this state for the creation of jobs and the will within this state. With this, I would thank the organizers, the government of Odisha for inviting me to this function, and I am sure that with the exhibitions and the deliberations that will take place during the course of this event would definitely benefit the state of Odisha in coming days. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Omkar Rai. Well, next we have another dignitary of ours, who's Shri Pratap Keshari Dev, the Honorable Minister of State Independent, Food Supplies and Consumer Welfare and Employment, and Technical Education and Training and Information Technology. Also, he's a man who is behind the huge technical force in the state and leading the IT initiatives. Let's hear it from Shri Pratap Keshari Dev.
Good morning to all of you. Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Shri Naveen Patnaik ji, Director General STBI, Shri Omkar Rai, Secretary IT, Shri Madhusudan Patil, distinguished guests, key speakers, delegates, members of electronic and print media, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to be here on this day, E-Odisha Summit being organized by the Department of IT, Government of Odisha, and OCAC in association with E-Let's Technomedia. The summit offers a unique platform for knowledge exchange and networking for key decision makers, IT experts, administrators, policymakers, and other stakeholders. There will be parallel sessions on IT and governance, IT in education, and IT in health during the day, and I hope the delegates present in the hall will take advantage of the session. The concept of good governance has not changed since ancient times. An open government earns and instills deep trust in citizens, thus involving a participative, collaborative, and inclusive government. In order to realize this vision of empowerment of citizens, a free, feedback-driven and outcome-oriented decision-making with policy formulation are a must. Technology can be used in this innovative way to achieve this. Emerging technologies like cloud computing, mobile governance, analytics, and 4G are the key enabler towards democratization of data. Citizen-centric services and participatory democracy is the key to e-governance and is the order of the day. And we here in the Government of Odisha are striving hard to make e-governance reach the people. And if you look at anywhere in the world, unless the citizen uses the IT sector, unless the citizen uses the computer, unless he takes advantage of the thing, a good 60% will be left out. In other words, 60% of the market is here within us, so we need to exploit that. As you know, the Government of Odisha is giving high priority for promotion of IT, ITES and ESDM sector in Odisha, and a number of e-governance initiatives have been implemented in the state in the last few years. The state government, under the dynamic leadership of our esteemed Chief Minister, has also brought out the new industrial-friendly ICT policy 2014 for the state to provide lucrative incentives to the IT units, both for software and ESDM sector. Here I would like to mention that we had a policy in 2002-03, and we come out with a new policy this year, which the Honorable Chief Minister will open. And here I would like to inform you, with a minimal of investment, we could achieve a revenue generation worth 2,300 crores in the last 10 years. So definitely, the new policy will enhance the sector, and we will see that Odisha generates more revenue in the IT sector. Similarly, in order to develop strategic roadmap for promotion of ESDM sector in Odisha, the state government engaged Indian Electronics and Semiconductor Association to conduct a study and prepare the roadmap. The ICT policy 2014 and ESDM roadmap will be released today by Honorable Chief Minister. Odisha has some inherent advantages, both attract investors from the IT and ITS and ESDM sector. Apart from technically qualified workforce and low attrition rates, the conducive factors like surplus power, adequate IT infrastructure, low cost of living, well connected to all major cities in the country by air, rail and road, attractive ICT policy and IPR policy, and last but not the least, a stable government. The government is also developing one IT investment region, ITIR, on the southern part of Bhubaneswar as per ITIR policy 2008. Developing greenfield electronic cluster at Bhubaneswar under the ESDM policy will definitely create an environment for foreign investors to come in and participate. And last but not the least, I can assure you that by 2015-16, we will be the hub after Bangalore and Pune. Bhubaneswar will be known as the new Silicon Valley of the country. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Shri Pratap Keshri Dev, for throwing light on all the aspects. With this, we have the launch of the eGov magazine. Ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, this magazine covers all the major eGov initiatives across the state of Odisha. So, may request organizers to kindly come up with the magazine. I request the dignitaries and the chief guest to kindly launch it. Okay, here we are at the release of ICT Policy 2014. This is an industry-friendly policy focusing on increasing investment in the state and boosting up small and medium-sized enterprises. The ICT Policy 2014. Next we have the release of ESDM Roadmap. Before that, ladies and gentlemen, here we have the release of ESDM Roadmap, Electronic System Design and Manufacturing Roadmap. Well, finally, ladies and gentlemen, the release of souvenir of ET Department, Employment and Technical Education and Training Department. This focuses on perspectives and approaches on higher and technical education in the state of Odisha. The release of souvenir of ET Department. A big thank you to all the dignitaries. Well, he is surely a visionary leader, the ambassador of Odisha, and under his leadership, Odisha is growing immensely in terms of ICT and e-governance. The much awaited chief guest is now about to speak a few words to the entire audience out here. Can we have a huge round of applause for the Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha and our chief guest of Odisha Summit 2014, Shri Naveen Patnaik.
Honorable Minister Shri Pratap Keshri Dev, Commissioner cum Secretary IT Department Shri Madhusudan Padi, Director General STPI, Government of India, Dr. Omkar Rai, CEO ELETS, Technomedia, Dr. Ravi Gupta, ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted to inaugurate this one-day e-Odisha Annual Summit at Bhubaneswar. I extend my warm greetings to all of you on this occasion. I am told that on this one-day summit, it will comprise of a parallel thematic track conference on IT in governance, IT in education, and IT in health. The event will play a key role in highlighting IT-based practices, needs and demands in our state. It would also focus on the process of engaging multiple stakeholders in capacity building of IT drivers in the state. This would provide a unique platform for speakers and delegates to exchange their experiences, ideas, challenges and opportunities in the field of e-governance. A number of e-governance initiatives undertaken by the state government have proved to be effective in delivering citizen-centric services. The government of Odisha has developed a number of successful e-governance initiatives like e-district, e-registration, e-treasury, e-commercial tax, SAMS, e-dispatch, e-municipality and many more. We have implemented the Right to Public Services Act with effect from 1st January 2013. And today as many as 63 services are being provided to citizens within a specified time frame. Use of IT in governance can only make the delivery of public services better. With the successful rollout of e-district projects to all the 30 districts for 6 services, e-governance has reached every nook and corner of Odisha. In coming days, more and more public services will be delivered to citizens at their doorstep. In order to encourage the meritorious students of Odisha, my government has started distribution of free laptops to 15,000 meritorious students who have cleared +2 successfully. The IT sector is today at the top of the government's agenda, and Odisha has been in the forefront of the IT revolution in the past 20-odd years. 4 major IT players like Infosys, TCS, Wipro, and Mahindra Satyam have established their development centers in Bhubaneswar. The IT exports from the state have been encouraging, with the state registering an export of more than rupees 900 crores during the year 2012-13. After establishing software technology parks at Bhubaneswar, Barampur and Rourkela, the state government in collaboration with the government of India has approved the establishment of another STPI at Balasore for the benefit of IT entrepreneurs of North Odisha. The state government is committed to creating an open environment to attract investment from the IT and ESDM industries and foreign investors. In order to promote such investments, IT special economic zones have been established at Info City, and the second one is being established at Info Valley in Bhubaneswar. Further, the government has brought out a new industry-friendly ICT policy 2014 with a number of incentives to boost the IT and ITES and ESDM sectors in Odisha. To accommodate the future development in IT and electronic system design and manufacturing sectors, the state government is developing one IT investment region in the southern part of Bhubaneswar. We have prepared a roadmap for the development of ESDM sector in the state. The government is taking several steps to build Bhubaneswar as a top IT destination among Tier 2 cities in the country. I congratulate the IT department of IT. I congratulate the Department of IT and OCAC for organizing this annual e-Odisha Summit and hope there will be meaningful discussion during the day on blend of ICT industries with the government's processes so as to make government more efficient, effective and transparent. Thank you very much.
Grand success. A special thanks to our Chief Minister, Honorable Shri Naveen Patnaik ji, for gracing the occasion inauguration like the last year. Special thanks to the Honorable ID Minister of Board of Odisha, Shri Omkar Rai ji, Shri S.S. Mantha ji, and many other experts. I am happy to inform you that e-Odisha awareness has gone outside India also. And I have noticed that there are delegates even from Burma and Dubai who are attending this event all the way. So the whole aim of creating an awareness about ICT in Odisha, that is the whole aim of the event which is happening. And also I would like to highlight to all of you that in this second edition of e-Odisha, there is a full-fledged track we have put on ICT in the education sector. We are covering the higher education sector, the technical education sector and the school sector. There is a full-fledged session on ICT in health, ICT in financial inclusion, ICT in mining. So these are the strengths of Odisha, the various areas where Odisha has been very, very strong. And besides these, we are having sessions around how to encourage ICT sector in the ESDM and the ICT SMEs. There is a session around it, a session around e-governance roadmap of the state, and there is a awards function in the evening. So it's a full-fledged, power-packed event from morning to evening, 3 tracks, and I am highly delighted to welcome you all again at this event and thanking you again for all the support and encouragement to e-Odisha event. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Ravi Gupta. We thank from the bottom of our hearts to our Chief Guest, Honorable CM of Odisha, Shri Naveen Patnaik, for gracing the occasion, and all our other dignitaries too. Have a great day ahead. Thank you so very much. Jai Hind.